I'm gonna make some deviled eggs. Right now I'm patiently waiting for the bagel to pop out of the toaster. And a key word, patiently. I don't know how patient it is. Thanks for joining in. We're going to make some deviled eggs before I go to a Super Bowl party from friends. So I pulled out a recipe and figured, hey, it'd be kind of a fun time, nice chat. I did have another creator do a shout out on my lifting, which I appreciated. Strength something. I'll have to look it up later on and get that information for you. So basically, making the deviled eggs is pretty easy. Basically, it's eggs, mayonnaise, mustard, white vinegar, and black pepper, salt, and paprika. We're also going to do some bacon bits on top of it too, which I'm going to make. So it's going to be good stuff. It'll last probably 5 minutes once I get there. So I am making a few extras for ourselves. Just so I have something for breakfast. Well, it's still cooking. Now it came up.
Just kind of raise that lever, the handle, it'll come up.
There you go. So I'll get things going. The first thing we're going to do is going to get the water going. So this is what I got that big burner for. That's what this super huge big burner is really good for, is bring water up to the boil rather quickly. So I got all my ingredients ready to roll. Only thing I need to do is cook the bacon also. There we go. I'll get this burner going. And this should probably heat up the kitchen pretty quickly. So hopefully everything is working fine. Let me know how the video quality is. And then I guess we'll do a poll. Who will win the game tonight? Oh, Chiefs or the Eagles? There we go. So I got us a little poll in there to make it a little bit more entertaining. So I've got the water heating up. While I'm doing that, I'm going to cook the bacon. And I don't need to cook a lot of it, because I'm just going to use it as sprinkle bits. So it looks like maybe about 3 slabs will be plenty. Yeah, we did 4. So that will be plenty to add to it. Hopefully it'll be a hit when we get to. I know everybody's probably getting ready for the parties they're going to and that. And let me double check and see who is it that gave me the shout out yesterday. All my troubles seem so far away. Strength Field. Yep. So Strength Field that gave me a shout out. And it was that one motivated guy who let me know about it. So I do appreciate that. Thank you very much. Oh, I got the bacon cooking. There we go. Get that to a little lower heat. Got that warming up. We're also going to need our mixing bowl. Mix everything in. So, we're going to have a lot of these. I saved them to give to the neighbor so he has something to fill back up. So thanks for popping in. Bob and MacBean's. It's good. It's fitness and farms and prepping. I am doing a live stream. I figured what the heck, just say hi to everybody. Sun is shining. I think after I cook this and eat, I'll probably go for a walk before I head out to my friend's place where we're going to have a little fun. So I got the water going, trying to bring it up to a boil with the big super power burner I have. It's like one of the few times I use it. Got other water coming up to a boil for some hot cocoa for Mrs. Scottish Finish. And then I got bacon cooking. So the recipe calls for, and I'm just going to add because I'm going to make extra, but the recipe is based on 6 eggs, quarter cup of mayo. I use the Broker Whip. That's just what I like. Or if you want to, you could make, literally you could make your own mayo. I did see a YouTube video on that. So one of these days I might try that also. Yeah, slow and steady. Slow and steady, DG. I am happy with the progress. You're going to get ups and downs. My live video quality was poor at the gym towards the end on Friday. I don't know exactly why, but 405 went up. I did 415, and then I went for 430, and I just missed 430. Not a big deal. But I was happy with the workout after all. And I did live stream it on my Instagram also. So Instagram is getting to be interesting. For some reason, my channel has been really blowing up there. No fun. There we go. And I have, okay, I do believe we have boiling water. Let's fill it up.
Not quite all the way though.
Okay. 3/4?
Yeah.
There we go.
I just need a spoon too.
Probably hot. All righty. Now we can shut one of the burners down. Water's almost a boil already. That's really the nice thing about that big super power burner. What else we got here? Christopher, how we doing? Good morning. And oh yeah, there we go. Never can pronounce that. I almost need to wear my glasses. Got safety glasses that also have cheaters in them. That allows me to be able to see things better. There we go. So welcome. So far, everybody thinks the Chiefs. I don't have I'm not really a fan of either one of them, but I guess the Chiefs are closer to me than the Eagles are. And let's hope it's a good game. I'm going over to a friend's house to watch it. I will probably only watch it till about halftime because it's an hour and 20 minutes from here. After I can drive home and probably catch the very end of it, but we'll see. I just don't want to get home late. I'm glad it started at 5:30 and not later. That's going to help a little bit. So the bacon is just for bacon bits. Now, if I want to, I can cook up a couple eggs here rather quickly, and that'll help. I've got the water come up to boil, to hard boil the eggs. I got also the cold water bath to put the eggs into. I am going to make at least 2 dozen. I do have a plate designed to hold them. So I'll make sure that dries off. This, it doesn't have a top. So I suppose we'll just put some foil over it. Foil. So I usually wait for the water to get to a boil, and then it's usually about 9 minutes because I'm gonna have some eggs in there. I'm gonna kick it till about 10. Do I take any supplements? I take vitamins and minerals, and I take arginine. Hey, so arginine is gonna be the one I think does a lot of good for me. So your main ones are going to be your vitamin C for immunity, your zinc, same thing for immunity, also for muscle repair, and your D3. And it also is good for muscle repair. So, and then I take a multivitamin also, but these are the ones I take to add to it. What are you looking for? Marshmallows. And then the one supplement that I really think helps me out is arginine. All right, it's usually called L-arginine. It is amino. Hey, Papa's Farms, how you doing? And I take this every day. Helps your circulatory system, helps with cholesterol. A lot of benefits. Once a week, I take a vitamin K. But remember, be very careful with vitamin K, especially if you are on blood thinners. If you are blood thinners, you need to talk to your doctor about if you should be taking vitamin K or not, and go by his or her advice. All right. And then once a week, I take an iron if I'm not cooking with cast iron all the time. About 60% of the nation is deficient in iron. You gotta be careful with it though, because it is something that you can have too much of. And I would encourage you to research that. So I got the water boiling. So let's start putting the eggs in there. So I use the tongs to protect me and the eggs. Okay, you can drop with your hand, but that is boiling water, folks. It's really hot. So I do have some eggs mixed from both the farmer down the road, and then I did buy some from the store. Yes. So I stopped at Burcott's and they had eggs medium on a super sale for $2.79. So I picked up 2 dozen. Then I picked up a dozen from a buddy. Then I picked up another 4 dozen from the farmer. And so I got plenty of eggs. Now the funny part is when you brought deviled eggs to someone, it was like one of those trays that only cost you a couple bucks to make. And the wife did warn me about something that could happen, and it did. But it was only with one egg. So we got 14 in there so far. The one thing I like about getting them from the farmer is you get eggs all different colors. Look at that. There's a nice light greenish blue one. There's a darker green one. You get all sorts of different colors and sizes. Here's a little bit better sized one. Now I did put a lot of water in here because I knew that the eggs will take up volume also. So we had 14, 12, it's 26 eggs, which is plenty. Give me a couple to have here before I leave, and it'll have me plenty to bring there. So once I put all those eggs in, the eggs are cold, so they do bring the water down below and boiling again. So I usually wait a minute before I start the timer, because I truly want the water boiling. That's the cooking temperature. And then I drop these off at either one of my two friends that raise chickens. All right. Almost need to tap a little bit of water on it. Yep, some there. There we go. So that'll be going. Put my bacon over. The bacon we're just going to use for bacon bits. And I'll set the timer for 10 minutes. And we'll go from there. Let's see. Let me catch back up to the chat here. Recovery from Olympic front squats. Woo! It's time for Foster's. There you go. It's already noon. Oh, that's right. It's already noon. It's not noon. Is it noon? Very close to noon if you're on the East Coast. It's 12 o'clock somewhere, is what they say. Yeah, check out the Arginine. It's Arginine. You can Arginine. Get it at Walmart. A lot of supplement places are trying to sell you a powdered form of it. I guess whatever your preference is. Or they'll try to get you into a different amino. Say, well, here's the latest and greatest, 20 years. I've been taking that. So I always tell them, listen, order it in. If not, I'll get it elsewhere. GNC got it. I have my buddy at Apex Nutrition who brings it in for me. Vitamin Shop carries it in nice quantities. You can get it online. I've done that too. Not that I like to. I like to buy from local whenever I can. So I think I'm going to reset the timer. Because now it's kind of actually starting to boil. So why I got that, that's when I get my water bath ready. It's basically just grabbing a lot of ice. With the water water bath doing is cooling it down quickly to make it easier to peel the shell off. So cool water will do the trick too. You can run it under cold water, and that pretty much do the same trick. I have extra ice, so I use it. So now that my channel is growing also on Instagram, I've got getting pretty close to 3,500 subscribers. I guess the big number for there is 10,000 subscribers, and that would be a big number here too. I am approaching 8,000. I'm at like 7885. So I do thank everybody's support. I appreciate that a lot. I hope everybody has a very, very good time and a safe, enjoyable time this evening. So either go Chiefs or go Eagles, depending on who you're going for. I do have, I think, at least one Eagles fan. All right, and it's pretty awesome to make it to that far anyway. This is about the only football game I watch, and I watch it because I got invited to a party. But I do like deviled eggs. I don't get them often enough. It's usually on holidays only that they're made. So I figured this is a good time to get in there and get her. You're done. Got my measuring things. Not that I have to be super accurate on the measurements, but sometimes it helps. I think the vinegar and the mustard is probably the main things. Black pepper and paprika and the bacon bits are pretty much just for covering, put on top. So water is boiling, got a good boil going. That means they're cooking. We're letting the bacon dry out. That's going to be at the end of it. Pretty much most of it's going to be mixing up the product here. So let's get ready for that. I do have my meter here. Ultra Power Plug. Okay. I just don't think so. There we go. So we got that ready. Got the ice bath going. I got another 6 minutes for it to cook before I bring them out, and I slowly put them in the ice bath. All right, let's see what we got going on here. Doing well. Just finished up 2 more chicken coops. Oh, cool. Expanding the flock, getting about 3 dozen eggs a day. Awesome. With fresh laid eggs, we don't wash your eggs. We just leave. We leave the bloom coating, and they will last up to 2 to 3 weeks on the counter. Yep. And then wait 2 weeks to. And we wait 2 weeks to boil the fresh eggs. And I read that because the reason that store-bought eggs generally peel easier than the ones you buy from the farmer, because they've sat, in a warehouse, and then they sat on another warehouse, and then they sat on the shelf, probably 3 to 4 weeks, and so that it starts producing the gas and starts separating from the shells. And yes, the eggs I get from the farmers are not washed. I do keep them in the fridge, but I don't have to. But I have room. But yeah, I know I could keep them out and they'd be fine. Once you wash them, yes, then they got to go in the refrigerator. But because it's just the 2 of us, with a 29 cubic foot fridge, we're good to go. So it's, I do like the cooking. I like making food. One of my favorite pastimes. The next pastime is eating food. Then, of course, working out with weights to utilize the food. So, a couple comments I've been getting on Instagram, mostly positive ones. I still get the you must be on TRT and that. We had to know ourselves on trend. We're like, people, trend, give me a break. If you don't know about the product, don't say something stupid. All right. And it's getting to the point where I don't even respond to them anymore. Usually someone that's going to take care of it for me. Fake weights, even though I've got over 500 videos out there at all different weights. And that's just, unfortunately, there are people that did go out and put out that sort of product where they went out and did lift with fake weights and that. And so I understand why some people get confused. But if you go into my bio, there's a link to where my sanctioned meets are. If you did that, you would never make those comments. And then almost all the times, the accounts are private. Big surprise. I did get in with one guy who wasn't private, but at least we discussed it. He feels a different way about the reps I should be doing than I feel. So that's fine. I've been doing this for 48 years. It works for me. I think I got it down. And we left it at that. So you still have discussions with them most of the time. What else? Pop any questions in there to help the conversation go. Remember, your vitamins and minerals are very important because without the basic building blocks to repair things, so the shell won't stick to the egg. And that's what Bob's Farm, that's why I do the ice bath for. It helps counteract that. And generally, about 3 to 4 minutes in the ice bath. Then I'll bring them out here and we'll peel them. All the peels go into the food bucket, which later on goes to the garden. It helps provide nutrients. So my 5 pepper plants are still surviving in the house. So I'm hoping when I transplant them, they'll flourish. And generally, because they have a much better root system, they produce really well. I also bring the cactus out, and then it will probably double in size. So I may have to, and I put it out in the front of the house so it's not getting the sun 24, or it's not getting the sun all day. It's only getting the sun for about 4 or 5 hours, which I think is plenty for it. If I were to get 8 hours or more, I literally don't think I'd be able to bring it back in the house. I am going to have to get a bigger planter for it, and then some way of rolling it back into the house because it's getting quite big. I'm looking at it right now. Probably about that wide around. It's got 3 shoots shooting up. It's about 4 foot tall now. It's gotten taller and it's busted in half. And I just cut below it and it reshot things. I've had to do that twice. So if anything, I can always sit there and cut it down again and and it'll still survive. All right, we're getting down to the wire, ready to bring the eggs out of the hot water. Let me grab another handful of ice. We can shut that off. So a few ways I can do this. I can just grab the eggs and put them right in there. Or you can take it over to the sink and run cold water through it, and then add ice, or just stay with cold water. That's a lot of eggs. And I guarantee you, it won't last. Depending on when I get there. If I get there before other people, then it has a chance. But I have a feeling these. All right. I got them all in there. Grab another handful of ice. And set a timer for about 5 minutes, because there is a lot of them. And we'll let them cool down. We use some shells in the compost, yep. And then, oh yeah, pulverize the other ones, put back in the chicken food. Yeah, that would make perfect sense. Get that calcium back into their system and that. So, yeah, I just, like I said, once this gets filled, and it's usually coffee grounds, eggshells, and vegetables, potato skins, things like that, I throw in there. Meats, no, and tomatoes I tend to stay away from there because of the very high acidic. When I do have the energy, I can go over a couple buckets and pick up the cow patties from the neighbor and throw that in there. And I might actually do that with my walk, put some gloves on, fill up a 5-gallon bucket. If you followed some of my other walks, I go out and pick up rocks, big rocks like that the wife uses for her rock garden, and also use for the side of my pond for habitat. So a lot of good stuff there. So the first thing we'll do is we'll get all the eggs set up. We peel them, and then we slice them. I just realized something. Yep. I sure did. So I'm going to have much more double egg halves than I've anticipated. So I will probably have to utilize some more plates. I got 26 eggs. I cut them half, made them when I 52. So it might last a little longer than I thought it would. Too funny. So now I'll just dump this hot water down the drain. Yeah. Kill anything that ails you. And we're getting ready for the long boring part. Thanks everybody for the thumbs up. Appreciate it. Let's see, we got, it's getting pretty close, 57 to 43%. So we're just about divided right down the middle. And that's good stuff. So, let's plug that. Okay, plug that in, there we go. Yeah. I can feel the water's cool, because the eggs are going to heat it up. You can see the ice is melting. So what we're trying to reach here is an equilibrium. Woo, big words. Equilibrium, there we go. Audio issues, can't hear you. Okay. How about, can you hear me now? I don't know why I would have audio issues. Testing 1, 2. I see it there. How is audio now? And if not, try closing out and going back into chat. Sometimes YouTube does that. I don't know why. Sometimes, yeah. So go ahead and close, then come back into it. See if that helps. Anybody else having an audio issue? Because it's showing here the audio is working. But you never know with the internet these days. So we will anxiously await and see if we can get audio back. Audio. So hopefully the audio is returned. That worked. Okay, yeah. So I've found out it's done that. I think it's from YouTube. I know when I'm watching Prepper Nation or Alaska Prepper, sometimes people will complain about that, and then that's how they solve it. They just pop out and then pop back in. Don't know why. Don't know why. Some technical issue there they haven't discovered. So eggs are peeling. This is a fresh egg, so you can tell it kind of resists peeling a little bit more than the store-bought ones, but it's still doable. I got these. They're not 2 weeks old. Let's put it this way. They're probably only about a week old by the time I picked them up and into this point, but still able to get it peeled. So first we're going to peel them, and then we'll do the slicing and all the other fun stuff. It was almost like it was skipping, yeah. Well, I noticed now that I do the ice bath, I am able to peel the eggs. Sometimes when the eggs are real fresh and I didn't do the ice bath, whoo, you know, you'd lose 20% of the egg trying to peel it. All right. Today I'll put up another video doing some push-ups before I head to the party. Push-ups something you can do every day. And like I said, if you're not physically able to do a clean push-up, you can do it with your knees and cut back the weight. Or I do have a buddy on Facebook who's got a group called Push-Ups Off the Sink, where you're leaning against the sink or counter and doing the push-ups there. And what it's allowing you to do is still get the exercise, but it's lessening the difficulty. And that's great for someone who's not at that level yet. It's a great way to start out. One motivated guy. Thanks for popping in. Thanks for the shout out on that channel. I did go check it out and left them a thank you. They responded to that already. So yeah, he put together a pretty good video. I'm gonna share it on mine because he does a better job of editing than I do. So yesterday, the missus and I went out to Utica, and we had a really good time. Then I took her out for a Valentine's dinner. And we had a good time there. Now we're poor. So next week, it's back to the overtime. I owe. So that one was one of the store-bought eggs. You kind of seen how it peeled a little faster, a little easier, because it's been setting longer. So once again, thanks for the shout out. Oh, now the Eagles have taken the lead. So In the second quarter, Eagles have taken the lead in the poll. They now have a 10-point lead. Well, this would be funny if that's the way the game goes. Well, they got 20% lead, 60-40 now. Or it was the Chief. So we're getting some Eagle fans in here. Like I said, I don't care either way. My team missed it by that much. But there's always next year. And my team's the Bears, not Cowboys. So good morning or afternoon, depending on where you're at. It's still morning here. I got about just enough time to get this all made. And then maybe go for a walk and then make my way there. It would have helped if I would have got up earlier. But I'm on a second shift schedule, so it's early to 7:30. You're not getting to bed until midnight. 7:30 is. So what I may do is I may keep some of these eggs as hard-boiled eggs and put them in the fridge, and I can utilize them for my breakfasts for the next couple days. And I'm thinking showing up with 52 deviled eggs is going to be a little overkill. Just a little overkill. But then this is why you do these things. You practice these things before you do it. Got to go outside for chores. Here you go. Have a good workout, brother. Thank you. Enjoy the outdoors. I think it's going to get almost 50 degrees here today. And we got sunshine, so we'll try to get a short walk in first. I think I want to pick up those cans that I crunched on Friday. So, because I think I do have enough to fill one of those bags. The nice thing about when you're cooking is you can always, this one, you can always make adjustments. Once I realized that I cooked twice as many eggs as I should have, what I'll do is I'll use some of the other ones for breakfast for the next couple days. So then all I'll have to do is just cook the bacon and sausage. And I will be good to go. So, I'm kind of excited. I'm heading out to my old hometown, which has changed greatly since I've been there. When I was a wee little lad, the town had a population of about 1,200 people. And now I think it's got over 40,000. So, it has changed greatly. Might even do a little drive-by. If I left early enough, I probably could stop and see one of the neighbors. Maybe I'll try to do that. Reasons why I should have left earlier. Got up earlier. Every now and then you get that one egg that you're thinking, man, it's kind of rubbery. But it's peeling fine. Let me see. Whew. 4, 8, 12. That makes 24. And you can see that the fresh eggs, they come off in smaller pieces, but they're still doable. Like I said, once this gets filled up, dump it out in the garden, let it dry up. Then after a couple of weeks, I I till it into the ground. All right, so looks like we're still holding there. Everybody have a wonderful day. Thank you for everybody that's dropped in. Hopefully we'll get a few more people popping in here a little bit later. I imagine a lot of people are pretty much doing what I'm doing. Getting ready for Super Bowl meals and snacks and stuff like that. All right. I think the rest of the eggs we're going to save. I have somebody who farms about 7 acres of my land, and then I put in a large garden. And if you go to my farms and prepping channel, and you go back far enough, you can see a lot of my videos from the garden, what I've harvested. I even put them on this channel too, but that's kind of why I did the separate channel later on, was to get them different. Separate them there. I got 4, 8, 12, 15. And the rest are going to be for breakfasts. Maybe I'll do one more. I'll do one more. I'm sure the wife wants some. She'll want to test some before I take them. Oh, 16 should give me enough. There we go. And these, there's Monday, and there's Tuesday. Monday and Tuesday's covered. Now here comes the fun part. I have to use a little finesse. Which knife do I want to use? I think I'll just use a paring knife. So you take the yolks out of them, and then you'll pack them back in. And then you can kind of really tell the difference between a store-bought, very light yellow, versus fresh eggs. Which will be more of an orange. And this is where the finesse comes. Where we're chopping them in half and taking the yolks out, most of the yolk, which then we'll mix and then we'll pack it back in. So I'm not too worried about getting 100% of it out. Just the majority. Lost one. Ark Wildman, how we doing? Drop by, hit the thumbs up, appreciate it. Making deviled eggs. Yep. So, and then when I start my garden back up, I'll be posted on there again. Right now, it's just some hikes. If I have a rant, I'll put it on that channel just in case YouTube gets mad. Wildlife, hawks, vultures, deer, rabbits, turkeys, snakes, all that fun stuff. There we go. Looks like doing it by hand works a little bit better. So this is the patience part. Yep, deviled eggs for the Super Bowl party I'm going to. Of course, I'm going to have a bunch for breakfast too. And here we go. Yeah, I'm getting better at it. This is the first time I've made them. Usually, this is Scottish Fitness makes these. Like I said, back in the days, a couple years ago, you could make a bunch for a party, and maybe you only spent $5 to make your dish. This $5 dish is now like a $15 dish. The price of eggs have went up. Alrighty. Some eggs are breaking apart. All right. Well, that's going to be all for those. These are going to be for me. Me. in my. So we're almost there. So we got the egg yolks in there. And we're getting ready to add the other ingredients. All right. Guess I didn't need this bowl. Thought I did, but no. So, we got our yolks. So we get mustard. It calls for a teaspoon per batch. I've done almost 3 batches, so that would be 3 teaspoons. There's a teaspoon. That's a tablespoon. Tablespoon, teaspoon. So okay. And it says about the same amount for salt. Now, let's there's 1. Or no, that was an 8. Eighth of a teaspoon. Okay. Oh well, we got a salt in there. Vinegar is going to say. There we go. Mix some salt out. And white vinegar. Right. And for the main ingredient, mayonnaise. Now I use Miracle Whip. It calls for a quarter cup. I've got almost 3 batches, so it's 3/4 of a cup. So that's a third. This is a cup. So we'll call that 3/4 of a cup. Hey, you or me? Okay. Got that. So some black pepper inside for taste. Now we'll do some on the out. So now we're gonna mix this up. And get it beat it up really well. Alrighty. Now we just put it back in. So we'll do the ones I'm going to take to. You kind of got to guess this how much you want to spoon in each one. But what I can do later is I can come back and add to it. Initially, I'll fill them all, and then whatever I have left, I will add to the ones that I thought needed more. What it does, when I find some yolks, so thick yolks, I'll just kind of remix it in. Alright, there's one. So it's reconstituted. Okay, I think I might have this down just right. Okay. Now a little. Dusting. Nope. Alrighty. So now for the test. Let's see what Mama thinks.
Oh, it's man one?
Yeah.
Really solid. What happened?
Well, we'll see what happens. What I was afraid of is I did boo-boo on the salt. So let's hope everybody likes salt. Is it good? It's okay. I had my directions covered up, and I was putting the same amount of salt in I was going to put in as the mustard, and it wasn't. It was also supposed to be. I only should have put a half a teaspoon in, and I put a teaspoon and a half, so it's salty. So I'll be a bit salty, but not too bad. there's just no way of covering that up. I mean, I get a little bit more pepper, try to counteract it, but I will know now. So the next time I make these, I will know that far less salt. So, you know, it's a learning process, just like anything else. Just when I go to the party, I'll just have to fuss up and saying, well, it was my first time at it. So they might be a little salty. Which is perfect with beer. Wow. Well, shoot. Yes, a little salty. It'll go great with a beer. So I'll tell them I did it on purpose. So next time I know, be careful with the salt. Live and learn. So everybody, thanks for joining me on this experiment. It does look good, and it's good, but it is salty. I gotta be honest with myself. But like I said, people drinking beer and that, you know, I'll tell them I did that on purpose just to help them out. Might be stretching a little bit. So it looks like at the end of the day, the Eagles are favored 64% to 36. So we'll see how it turns out. Everybody, thank you for joining in. Appreciate it. Thanks for the thumbs up and that. And I will be doing a share from that one video that guy did. So let me close out of here. Go team.